What can I say? I obviously have the best audience. You guys, on this Tech Tuesday, I'm going to cover a story that was kind of sent to me by you. It is very strange that I hadn't heard about this, and I'd heard some folks speculating on this, but I don't think it's going to happen. What am I talking about? Netflix could buy Roku? I don't know. Let's talk about it. So I grabbed this story from IndieWire. By the way, they're not the only places that you can get this. You can actually go over to Yahoo Finance and find a story that's similar that tells you this idea is cuckoo bananas, which is similar to the headline from IndieWire, which says, Netflix buying Roku. Tech world loves the idea. Wall Street says it's Looney Tunes. And guess what? I think it's crazy. Netflix is scrambling to offer advertising. Yes, they are, which requires sales staff and a significant tech upgrade. Is buying Roku a reasonable way in? Well, Roku's been working on this for a long time with their OTT stuff and with their sales group, the folks that are actually there selling commercial advertisement to advertisers for all of their free stuff that they offer on their Roku TV channel. Maybe this is a way in. It would be a very expensive one. As the article reads, want to get people's attention. Suggest, as a Business Insider report did this week, that a giant tech company might buy another really big tech company. It might be a stretch to say that Netflix, 221.6 million subscribers, and Roku, 61.3 million users, are beloved. But household names tend to vest the public in the narrative of multi-billion-dollar deals. Wall Street, which I believe is accurately assessing the situation here, is inclined to flights of fancy. Sure, it would be exciting if tech giant company with giant problem, that's Netflix, could resolve some issues by purchasing another really big tech company with smaller problems. But in a Wednesday newsletter note, Wells Fargo Analysts called a potential Roku acquisition by Netflix highly unlikely at this point. It's not going to happen, but I can understand the excitement around it. According to IndieWire, their stable of Wall Street media analysts only got more sour from there. Michael Nathanson of MoffettNathanson told IndieWire he gives Netflix zero chance of buying Roku. Rich Greenfield over at Lightshed Partners was more animated in his own thumbs down opinion posted to Twitter, which included a literal Looney Tunes animation. Here's the quote: anyone who thinks Netflix is buying Roku does not understand Roku's business model and how it cannot work inside of Netflix. And he tweeted that on Wednesday. Roku is in the ad business with content providers of all stripes, pretty much everybody. Earlier this year, it launched a program that replaces linear ads on AMC Networks, Crown Media, Paramount, and Discovery channels with ones targeted specifically to the user. That's right, Roku can target the user specifically based on a whole lot of characteristics, not only the things that have been gathered, but the things that have been offered by that consumer to begin with when they purchase the box. They know their interests, they know their needs, they know what they consume, they know what they ignore. It's a lot of data. Very, very valuable clientele. That's not the only problem with this kind of a deal, as the article points out. Blair Harrison, who is the CEO and founder of fast software company Frequency Networks, told IndieWire, now you'd have Netflix selling Paramount and Disney and HBO Max subscriptions. He said, that gets really hairy, as I think, Amazon kind of knows. I mean, they've been doing it for a while as individual channels. All that pessimism is making Roku a more attractive, read cheaper, acquisition. When the June 8 report boosted Roku's market cap towards $14 billion, Motley Fool estimated it would cost Netflix less than $17 billion to buy Roku. Why are they pushing this? It doesn't make any sense. The reason anyone might think of the world's leading SVOD company buying a streaming TV device maker, one who recently actually entered the realms of originals and free ad-supported streaming television. Of course, Netflix is hemorrhaging subscribers, and money. And of course, they announced plans to introduce an ad-supported tier, just like its streaming competitors. Well, you can't blame them. And let me tell you, the industry, at least the other ones, have already been making fun of Netflix and Disney for just now getting into the ad side of the business, which, let me tell you, I thought was a little ridiculous myself. So a much cheaper alternative to all of this is described here by IndieWire, and it's actually very accurate. It says, partner with an ad tech firm, which is what Netflix founder and co-CEO Reed Hastings has suggested that they would do. It's cheaper, but it's not cheap. A recent Wells Fargo report estimates that ad serving and verification tools and data account for about 10% of an advertiser's spend. That's hefty. While the cost of the supply side platform to coordinate and manage the ad accounts for an average of 14% of the publisher's revenue. Holy cow. So 24%. Renting is usually more expensive than buying long term, which is probably true. If that doesn't make Netflix warm up to the notion, perhaps this pep talk will, and in quotes. If ever there's a good reason to do something, it's to jumpstart your entrance into a business that you've already overtly told the world you're about to get into. At least that's what Harrison said. You could start from scratch, or you could go and buy something really good and valuable with a great brand name. Okay, you've got us listening. Greenfield, not so much. Anyone who thinks Netflix is buying Roku does not understand Roku's business model and how it cannot work inside of Netflix. Think about Roku's business model versus Netflix, not to mention the importance to Netflix of remaining platform agnostic. And there you go. I have no expectation that this deal would ever come together. It doesn't make a lot of sense, and there aren't a lot of overlapping business concerns that could hurt them, aside from the fact that Netflix would be in the business of selling competitors' channels, which could get tricky. As far as content, there's really only about 166 titles that overlap. Most of Netflix's things that are exclusive or original aren't even anywhere remotely close to what Roku has purchased in its recent spending spree. What's interesting to note here, and it comes straight from this article, is that when Ampri conducted a customer survey, they discovered that about 30% of Roku device owners they don't subscribe to Netflix. So maybe this could help with that. I don't know. 30% of 60 million people is pretty hefty. If you consider, you might get access to 18 to 20 million subscribers, but I don't think it's worth it. They're in a position now where they just have to fend off the churn, which, believe me, is going to become a bigger and bigger story, and I will continue to cover it here on this channel. But hey, what do you think? Based on everything that you've heard from the analysts and my personal opinion, do you think it's a good idea for Netflix to get into the Roku business? I don't. Do you think this is a deal that will likely happen? Again, I don't. Feel free to use the comments section down below. Let me know what you think, because I'm genuinely interested. And wow, on this Tech Tuesday, I think this is a tech deal that ain't gonna happen. With that, be sure to check out other independent content creators here on this platform. They absolutely deserve your support, and they are not getting a lot of help from YouTube right now. So, take the time on your favorite creators' videos to hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, turn on the bell for notifications, and of course, comment and share their content. That kind of engagement will help them, just like it will help me. So please do that for me also. And with that being said, of course, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.